This is not going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. For us, this is a business trip to go play the football game, no different than if we were playing at State College High School. We'd be excited to play Central Florida wherever the game would be. And it's not going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience because we're going to work really hard to make sure that all of our players graduate with a meaningful degree from Penn State so they can afford to go back at some point on vacation with their family or their friends and enjoy the countryside. But this trip is not about enjoying the countryside. This is an opportunity to take a special trip. I think it's going to be great for the fans. But we're going to play a football game. There'll be some activities we have, but very little of that.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. I'm wondering, we've got the depth chart now, and with Brendan Mann and Derek Dowry, what's that competition been like, and how have those guys impressed you throughout camp?
Well, I think they're different guys and they're different situations. Dowry's a guy that you moved over from defense, hadn't done that at all. We kind of threw him right in the fire, and I thought he handled it extremely well. Mann was a highly recruited offensive lineman who came in here, and from my short period of time on campus, he has matured dramatically. He has matured dramatically off the field, on the field, in his approach. And I'm really proud of them. I'm really proud of both those guys and how they've handled it. I don't think there's one guy right now that's the clear cut. It's just obvious. I think it's a legitimate battle, and I think it's a legitimate competition. So we got a few more days to kind of iron that out and see. But I think you'll see both of those guys play. To see what does the stadium hold? 85
for this game, about 70.
70K strong in Dublin, Ireland for the game. That's kind of my focus. But I have always thought that would be cool to be a coach, but also to be able to be maybe downtown during an away game and see what that environment is like. I've never been able to see that. When you're playing on the road, what's going on back in town as people are watching the game, the excitement, and things like that. I've never been able to experience that, so I've always wondered what that's like.
Hey James, overall, what's the best part about playing a game in Ireland, and what's the worst part?
I think the best part is, personally, is my mother. I think you guys have heard me say before, my mother was originally from England, and my parents got married in Ireland. And I got family in England that I haven't seen in over 15 years that are coming to the game. So I'm going to see them on Thursday at the hotel, and I'm excited about that. I got a phone call in the staff meeting just the other day, and I looked down, and there was a lot of numbers. So I knew it probably wasn't one of my buddies, it was someone calling from England, so I stepped out of the staff meeting. So I'm really looking forward to that. Them getting a chance to meet my wife. I've never met my wife before, so I think that's going to be really cool. But more than that, it's just an opportunity to go out and play with these guys and watch them play, and watch them fly around and have fun, because I know how hard they work. And also football's different. Baseball, basketball, you get 60 to 120 games or whatever it may be a year. And in football, you get 12 to 14 opportunities. You better make every single one of them special. So that's why this game is important to me, because it's an opportunity to go out and use all the hard work and all the training and preparation that's gone in, and see the guys go out and execute and have fun, enjoy themselves.
And the worst part about playing in Ireland?
There are no bad parts. It's awesome.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
As you've been around the players over the last couple of days especially, do you notice them, it's the opener, it's Ireland, but getting more excited? Do you start to see that in their eyes, and just the feeling of, not even just the trip, but just the first game of the season?
Yeah, I think it's really showing up. I do a countdown, so every team meeting we've had since we arrived, there's kind of on the end of the PowerPoint, there's a countdown. 230 days, so on and so forth. And now we've been putting up not only when the game is, how many days, but then also when we leave. And I keep telling them, it's going to be here before you know it. It's going to be here before you know it, and it really has. So yeah, I think when I put that up the other day and talked about when we were leaving and how many days we had left, it was a little bit different feeling in the room. And like we've talked about before, they get to the point where they're sick of seeing us, we're sick of seeing them, they're sick of practicing against each other, they want to play a different opponent. That's part of camp. You spend so much time together. That's part of it, and I think it's kind of like a rite of passage, to be honest with you. So, I think they're excited, And, you know, we got a head start on Central Florida, as we've talked about already as well. So I think they got a really good feel of what we're trying to do and why. You know, I know we're looking forward to practicing well today, and then get on that plane. And then, you know, we'll have a walkthrough type practice on Wednesday, because it's hard to go there and have a full speed practice after flying all night.